Freedom. What is it worth? For some, the answer is simple. Everything. As our fiercest foes march towards extinguishing our freedom. Now more than ever, we need more Helldivers. We need more recruits.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Welcome, ODSTs. I'm Skull Admiral Dutch Matrix of the Ninth Hellraisers on the SES Martyr of Iron, and we welcome you to the fight. We can't wait to have you battling bugs, bots, and squids, amongst possible other mysterious enemies that we don't know about yet. We also want to say that any treasonous bastards who want to destroy our ODST brethren will be immediately brought in for questioning and subsequently terminated. That said, we want to welcome you to your new home, the Super Destroyer. So, I know there's a bunch of other, videos about this out. I know I'm not the first, and it might be obvious to some, but I had some PlayStation players who were new, who didn't know anything about anything in Helldivers. So I just want to give you guys a quick tour, and hopefully this helps you guys navigate your Super Destroyer and be ready for battle much quicker. With that, if you got the Super Citizen Pack, I don't know if it's still available for Xbox, but you get this nice little stratagem hero game, which I am horrible at. As you can see, it's a fun little game to help you practice your stratagem calls. Get you quicker. Because in the heat of battle, you need to be quick with the stratagems. But don't forget to call them out, or you could hurt your fellow Helldivers. Anyways. So, you get this fun little game. This is the cryopod. This is where you come out of into any Super Destroyer, and we are glad to have you. I believe it is possible that we are all clones of our original Helldiver. If you have died before, if you haven't died yet, you're still the original Helldiver, and that's pretty impressive. This is the Eagle Bay, where we keep all our bombs, all our guns and stuff for our amazing Eagle 1 fighters. They do great. Some more testing areas over here for drop pods, as you can see. Now we'll get into the important stuff in just a second, but here's our amazing engineers working on our turrets, battlements. Very important, especially at early levels. I don't know who this lady is, but she can get kind of annoying. Now, over to some important stuff. Let's start out with where you can buy new armors and guns. You just press R for computer. I'm sure it'll have a different... You can see it up here in the top middle, right? Just press whatever button it says, and this is where you can buy new war bonds. As you can see, I'm working on the Borderline Justice. It's where you can get new armors, helmets, backgrounds for your character, sheet, capes. You always gotta have a good cape, guns, and you spend super credits on this, which you can get in-game. You'll probably get some when you join in the first part. And there's a bunch of different ones, so I've been through all of this. This is one you get for free coming in. I think they're gonna give everybody this one for free, possibly, which, if you're already playing the game, wait it out. I think we're getting another free war bond pack because of this one or this one. I can't remember which one. But I've already been through all of these. Viper Command was my personal favorite. Been through Chemical Agents, and one of the first ones I've been advised to get for every new Helldiver however, is the Democratic Detonation war bond here. Got a lot of good OP weapons, alright? I'm still working my way through it. Like the thermite, very good for taking out heavy enemies without having to use like a stratagem primary. Alright, and this one too. The Eruptor is apparently very good. This is where you buy that. You can go to the Superstore and get some extra special stuff. I believe this first page rotates out what it's selling every week or every couple of weeks. Alright. You do need super credits for this. And then you have stuff that's here all the time, like Truth Enforcers, Chemical Agents. You just have a bunch of stuff that's going to be here all the time that you can buy. Alright. And lastly, you can get your super credits over here. Fort Arrowhead, they're doing a great job. Now, next, let's go over here to the ship management, alright? Here's your super destroyer. Shows you how many modules you've unlocked. We can look at that later. You can change your ship name here, never changing mine. Here's your stratagems. You unlock these with these R token things up here, whatever those are. Requisition flips, I believe they're called. Alright. So you're going to want to unlock a bunch of these. I will go over what you want to unlock first later, but you have a ton of stratagems to work with here, and some things are better against other enemies than other stuff. Alright. Next, ship modules. These enhance these. Like, for example here, decreases support weapon stratagem cooldown by 10%, so you'll get your stratagems in faster, right? Okay, you unlock these with samples, as you can see up here, the green, orange, and purple. You've got basic samples, rare samples, and super samples. Super samples are only found on, I believe, 6 or 7 and above, but you're not going to start out there. You're going to want to start out with just these guys. And that's all you'll need for like the first 2 or 3 of these upgrades anyways. I still have a couple to unlock, but once you unlock all of them, you're a pretty big force to be reckoned with. Now, moving on. Jump over here to the computers. I believe these are voting computers, but we haven't been using them for that yet. You can make votes on certain things, like as we voted on the new city on Super Earth that was being rebuilt to gun. Always support gun. Anyways, hopefully in the future these will be used for those kind of votes instead of going on the official Helldivers Discord. But for now, that's where you're going to have to go. Here is the armory. Here you'll be able to change your primary weapons. Okay. We've got assault rifles, marksman rifles that are more accurate long-range rifles, submachine guns, the little guys, which can be used with ballistic shields, shotguns, energy-based weapons, which are a mix of, shotguns, assault rifles, all that stuff, and then specials. This guy just hits really hard. Secondary weapons. These will be like your pistol type stuff, so this is the first one you get. Pistol. It's really good, actually. It's a pretty good side weapon. Submachine gun, which I'm using right now because I'm using a shotgun, so my shotgun's my more heavy damage dealing, and then this is for just if I need to get out of a pinch. The Senator, my favorite. E4 Senator. So, you also have stuff like Stim Pistol, this shotgun, extra shotgun type of thing. It's decent, it's fun. I do need to play around with the Talon here. I haven't done that yet. Dagger, haven't heard too many people using the dagger. And lastly, your throwables, your grenades, right? So you've got basic, standard, frag grenade. You've got the high explosive. You've got the flame grenade. Impact, this one just explodes immediately, I believe. Sun, gas, smoke. Thermite, again, good against heavy enemies. Throwable knife, good for stealth, good against... Who was I using against recently? I think the bots. It's pretty decent against the bots. You can get headshots with it. You're accurate. It's pretty good. Also in the armory, you have your armor. look at your armor passives and use them appropriately. Unless you are a Fashion Creek type of diver, and then you're just gonna go for the vibes, right? Currently, this is probably my favorite armor, but I do really like this as well. I'm a big fan of Judge Dredd, and this gives the Dread aesthetics. The passive's okay. I also was using this for a while, but I am a heavy armor main, so as you can see, unless I'm super credit hunting, I'm pretty much always in heavy armor. But all the heavy armor is going to be really slow, gonna run you out of steam really fast, and then medium is the obviously middle of the road. You can run okay, and you'll have decent protection. And lastly, the light. A lot less protection, but you can run a lot further, a lot faster. Okay. Next, helmets. Helmets are purely aesthetic, I believe. So, it's just whatever you're vibing with, but, mix and match with the armor, make something cool. Might use this at some point soon. Pretty awesome. Capes. Now, don't let the idea of a cape fool you. Despite what The Incredible says, capes for the Helldivers is an essential part. It will never go away. You need a cape, even a short one. I believe I might have a couple short ones in here. See? No, there are shorter ones though, which look still pretty cool. A cowl would be nice. If we could get like a cowl, like a short cape, just goes down to here with a hood, that would be rad. Anyways, as you can see, there's a bunch of special ones too for when we did some very crazy historical landmarks in the game. So, I don't know if you'll be able to get these or if they'll just give them to you off the bat, but we have the Pillars of Freedom. If you know, you know. We have the Ingress 81, which I still don't know what this braille means, but this is the Meridian Black Hole. We will talk more about lore later. Maybe I'll make a whole lore video. If you want that, say it in the comments, or like my favorite cape, and the cape that I'll never take off, the Fallen Heroes Vengeance. This is for all the heroes that fought on Malevelon Creek, which was my first battle, and the place where I lost my parents and my little squig, my little pet squig. They burned down our farm, those dirty, dirty clankers, so I've been fighting them ever since. Here's a short cape, alright? That's pretty cool. If you're more into that aesthetic, I believe there's one more special cape, possibly. I think it might be this one. Yeah, I believe it is this one. So this is for from the battle on Super Earth, right? That we fought against the squids. Again, more lore coming soon. As you can see, a lot of people thought this was like a moon or something like this, but it is literally half of a Helldiver school. Very cool. But I stick with my Malevelon Creek veteran cape, okay? Over here you have your character. You can pick body type, voice type, emotes. We'll look at emotes. The other one's not as important. You can go through that yourself. So, you can unlock these in War Bonds. As you can see, I have Salute. I'm always going to keep the salute on. It's a very good emote. Hugs. Always hug back your fellow Helldivers. Explosive handshake. Scout handshake. Alright. Pretty cool. You have poses. This is after you win a game and you're coming back up the ramp off of Pelican 1. Alright. I just stick with the standard salute, but go ahead and pick one that you like. Or you can do random. Player card. This is what people will see in game, alright? I'll leave it with what I'm at right now, which is this guy. Pretty cool. Title, alright, this is, you earn these through your levels, alright? This is like how long you've been playing, what level of veteran you're at. You know, this is your call sign, this is your rank, right? So you got cadet, you got space cadet, you got sergeant, master sergeant, chief, blah, 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 blah. Right now I'm Viper Commando, but I am staying at Skull Admiral for my actual rank, alright? Could be a fleet admiral, could be a super citizen, but I'm a school admiral. Boosters. These are for when you dive. Helps you out a lot. Gives you some cool different effects for your characters and your drop pods. Alright. Career, this is just showing you your deaths, all like your stats, right? Okay. And if my deaths, oh yeah, drawing my deaths are way lower than my kills, I'm happy about it. Wish this was 0 though. Interesting to see someone try to go to get to a super cadet, I believe it is, the level 150 without any deaths in this game. That would be very difficult. I'd love to see that. Maybe one day, if I have the time and the support. That's the armory. Lastly, we have the bridge. Okay, we have all our guys manning our turrets and stuff on the bottom for all our orbital strikes. You have your drop pods.
The Galactic War waits for no one.
This is where you get in your drop pods. This is our ship captain, I believe, or ship admiral.
We fight them, but we cannot forget that the Terminids are the ichor of democracy itself.
And here is where you pick your missions. So let's go all the way out. It'll also tell you information about the missions, right? What we're going through right now. And where you're supposed to go. If you want to do the major orders. But you can fight on other fronts if you want. Although, helping with major orders will definitely gain you some brownie points and likes by other people, because that's where we're being ordered to by High Command. That's what we're supposed to be doing, concentrating on. Here's the Automaton front. Bots, dirty clankers. Love fighting them. They're my favorite faction to fight, especially since they attacked us back on Malevelon Creek. I wonder where the creek is. I can't remember. Somewhere over here, I believe. Anyways, we're trying to get back to Cyberstan over here, which I think is somewhere in this area, possibly. Booth, Martall. Did we already retake Cyberstan? I don't remember. Anyways, it's somewhere over here. I'll have to go look through my maps and re-find it. And this is the squid front. If you want to fight squids, it is the emptiest front right now. Squids are a bit difficult. A lot of people do not like the squids, so I'm expecting a squid MO pretty soon.
Managed democracy calls for aid. Only you can answer, Helldiver.
And with that, my new ODST friends, we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on August 26th. Skull Admiral Dutch Matrix.